Hello.
Hey.
Welcome, everyone. We are the Raconteur Society here once again to making you question your choices on a Tuesday night.
And kind of on time the second time of the month.
Almost. Only a few minutes late this time. Yeah. We're getting better.
It's so good.
We are geeks past our peaks that have been throwing dice together since the early 1980s.
Thereabouts.
Or earlier for some of us here. Some of us table partners were Methuselah. Tonight we are playing Deadlands Classic.
Yeehaw!
By Pinnacle Entertainment. I'll throw it on down to Dale, who is running the game tonight, and he's going to get you up to speed. So take it away, Dale.
Of course he is.
Yep. Okay. So Deadlands Classic. This is one of their pre-written modules. I've changed some stuff, but it's Canyon of Doom for Deadlands Classic. Pretty cool story. If you want to find out how the posse actually got here, all the details, go to YouTube and check out the playlists, and you can follow this story from the beginning. But to make a long story short, you guys left the City of Gloom with an expedition to retrace the steps of
Ill-fated
Powell. I think it was Major Powell or Captain Powell, I don't remember, but the guy who explored the Grand Canyon first.
Major Tom.
And you're retracing his steps to find out what happened. He went missing, and they found a journal and a couple artifacts of his and some weird writings about a cathedral of stone or something. So you guys have signed up for an expedition to go along with him, more as bodyguards for the Explorer Society, sent by the guy you kind of work for, Felix Cormont. And on the way you met Lily, who's part of another Explorer Society doctor, but she signed up with this one as a favor. So you guys have had some adventures along the way, and you have arrived at the town of Cliffside, Arizona, at the very rim of the Marble Canyon of the Grand Canyon. All right, so you guys have arrived at Cliffside. When we last left off, you just got into town, and I think you were headed to a hotel. I think it was the Grand Hotel, if I remember right. Did we get that far? Or did you just get in the gates?
We just got into
town. Okay, you just got in the gates. So
they were telling us that we were supposed to go to
you let us spend some bounty points.
Yes. So you all got some ships, change them in for bounty points and all that good jazz. So
jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
And we apparently have lodgings arranged for us at the Standard Hotel. Standard.
Kind of, probably Dr. Haskins tells you that 1873, when Powell was last through here, it was basically just a couple mining. It was a mining operation, but it was a couple shacks and a lot of tents. And now, since then, Sweetwater came in and pretty much built it up. But the miners all kind of work for Sweetwater now. They're not independent. Now they work for the company.
It's a company town.
Yeah, it's a company town. So he knows that the guy who owns Cliffside, or the guy who runs it for Sweetwater, can be kind of a boisterous jerk. But he does know that as long as you don't say anything bad about Sweetwater Mining Company in town, they usually kind of leave you alone. The only things they'll lock you up for pretty much are like murder and bad-mouthing Sweetwater Mining Company. That will get you locked up. Anything else is kind of
negotiable,
easy to go. So they work hard, they play hard, so to speak. So he kind of is like, well, we'll be here for a couple days. He hired 3 guides who were going to meet him here, but they've been delayed because of the last thing they were doing. So they will be here in a few days, hopefully. So we should only be here a couple days, but it's a great time to relax and get some good food, because once you hit the Grand Canyon, you're not going to really get a home-cooked meal for a long time. So
we're going to be eating Chinese food.
Yep. So you guys arrive in Cliffside. We do have a map of Cliffside up there.
I got bumped a little bit. The camera got bumped. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So what you're looking at is a map of Cliffside, the town you're in. There is there's a 20-foot high wooden palisade around Cliffside with watchtowers spaced accordingly. Yeah, thank you, Vanna. The 20-foot towers do have steam-powered Gatling guns for protection. As you pass by, when you look up, you do notice they're on swivels, and it looks like they can be pointed inside too. So keep that in mind.
That's these little square boxes along.
Yes, along there. And where there's two side by side, there's probably a gate there. And the one that has the road leading up is you coming into Sweetwater or Cliffside.
Okay.
So that is the main entrance that you guys just passed. If you remember right, it looks like the local law are Sweetwater employees that are armed. Yep. Where you came in, right ahead is a number 13 on the map. Mm-hmm. That is the standard hotel. So, let's see, give you a quick description. It's the only hotel in town. It's a 2-story, has about 16 rooms available for rent, or 15 rooms available for rent. It does have a small saloon restaurant that does deliver some of the better but higher priced food in town. It's a mining town, so everything's marked up a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So, that's pretty much the standard hotel. Haskins tells you the owner is Thomas Leonard. He's been the hotel owner since it opened 5 years ago, and he does have a maid, a cook, a bartender, and 2 desk clerks that work for him. He's a pretty decent guy, so he has actually made arrangements with this establishment that if you want to have dinner or anything for the next couple days, the Explorer Society will cover it. He'll keep tabs, so basically get a receipt so he can mark down how much you've been spending, and then at the end of all this, you won't have to pay a dime. It's basically a tab.
I'm gonna get some lobster airlifted in by Smith and Robards.
Anywhere else, like saloons or anything you go to and have drinks, that is not going to be covered. So you'll just have to buy your own. But some of the saloons, most of those are a little cheaper, just because they know the miners. They're going to make hand over fist over the miners anyway.
How can miners drink?
They use 2 hands.
Oh, okay.
So you guys pull up in front of the
sippy cup.
Sippy cup. You guys pull up in front of the standard hotel with the wagons, and Haskins is like, well, I'll go in and make arrangements for the room. I'll be right back. If you go past the standard hotel, you'll notice there is a small building right across the street with what looks like a fenced-in area.
That's where they keep the people.
Oh, this?
Yeah. That is the stables where you can keep your wagons
for the
horses
hotel.
and stuff like that. So they've got that set up so they're right next to you if anything happens.
Horses and hucksters are all in that thing there.
Horses and hucksters.
Hucksters got to stay in there too.
Hucksters and horses together.
Sounds like a bad role-playing game.
It happens.
Okay. So anyway, as you guys come in and unload the horses, Haskins comes back out and he's like, "Yeah, we've got rooms, so they're kind of separated.
You gotta keep it separated.
To keep it cheaper, it's 2 per room, so they're set up with double beds. So he and Sophie will take a room, and he's like, "I'll leave it to you guys who wants to share rooms."
Same
But
as
he
the
hands out
train.
keys.
That's fine.
Sounds good to me.
Pretty much so, yep.
Okay, so the only thing is with Dr. Bruce, he'll have to bed up with somebody. Somebody will have
yeah,
3
Bruce.
beds or 3 people, 2 beds. But Dr. Bruce is
You
like,
should definitely stay with Olaf to help him.
Dr. Bruce is like, I'm used to
makes
sleeping
sense.
outdoors anyway, so
Let me show you how to hold this didgeridoo in a specific way.
yeah.
So I don't think you want to sleep outdoors around here. You never
Well,
know
no,
what-
but I mean, sleeping on the floor is okay with me. It was kind of early afternoon, mid-afternoon when you got here. So Haskins is like, well, I think get a little something to eat in the saloon for dinner here in a few hours. And then Sophie and I'll probably have an early night. But if you folks want to wander Cliffside or rest or whatever, it's up to you. As you go into your rooms, it is like, ooh, beds. That looks inviting.
Not
it's
as
up to you
inviting
guys.
as the bath I would like to get this trail dust off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go downstairs and ask who's the innkeeper?
Thomas Landry? What was his name?
Landry.
Thomas the Train.
Landers. Thomas Landers.
Landers. I'll ask him if
Leonard.
there's a bathhouse. in
Leonard.
there.
Leonard.
Thomas Leonard.
Leonard. Yes, there is. If you look behind where it says number 13, there's kind of a long building right there.
Yeah.
That's the bathhouse and stuff like that.
Okay. And he goes, also, there's a church in town?
Yes, there is. How about the rest of you? After you settle in with your bags, Olaf, you're going to wander town?
Yep.
Okay. Copperhead might join you.
Yeah, I believe I'll be doing the same. I'll be joining the good father there and see the lay of the land.
I'm going to the bathhouse with
Just gonna.
Father Cobb.
As I said, I was going to take
We
a
are
bath.
roommates.
Yeah, your roommates.
I understand there's a drow there waiting to wash your
Knock
back.
on our door.
See, been waiting for you.
Okay, after you guys get up in the bath, you're just going to basically hold around the hotel for a while, or are you going to wander too?
I'll probably wander over to the church.
Okay, all right. So,
I will wander over to the telegraph office.
okay. So we'll go ahead and you guys take your baths, and then you can move over to the church, and you'll.
I was say, is there a laundry there too?
Yeah, there is a laundry.
yeah,
that
yeah,
longhouse has it all in there. So
It's a very long house.
Yes,
very long house.
It has bath,
in the middle of
laundry,
the street.
tax services, lawyer,
Sweet.
Yeah,
Barber.
telegraph,
and weasel shaving.
and weasel shaving. Because
Good
everybody
job.
knows you got to have your weasel shaved.
That's another good idea too, barber.
Yeah. Number 2, you guys see that? It's over directly across
Yeah.
from the main gate. That is Sweet Rock Mining Company, or the Sweet Rock Mining Compound. I think I was saying Sweetwater. It's Sweet Rock. So that is a fenced-in compound. There's a 2-story ghost rock processing plant. Bunkers for the processed ghost rock, offices, barracks for the company guards, payroll office for Sweet Rock miners, and so on. It's heavily guarded day and night, and a 10-foot wall surrounds the place and is topped with broken glass and barbed wire. So they're pretty secure over there. So
And
that's-
Sweetwater is a great place to buy your audio equipment. by the
Oh, yeah?
way.
It is.
It's right next door.
Oh,
I
nice.
prefer it. It's quite nice.
But this is Sweet Rock, you said?
Sweet Rock Mining Company. I
He's
made a
been saying
mistake.
Sweet Water. He meant Sweet
Yeah.
Rock.
Okay. Number 3, it's behind the Sweet Rock compound. That big area there is known as Whitaker's Walk. Bradley Whitaker is the guy who owns Sweet Rock Mining Company, at least this chapter of it. That is basically a huge ledge that you walk out to the end and you look down into the Marble Canyon.
This whole area.
You can see the little cutouts in there, and one of them has what looks like a winch or a crane. That's how they mine. On the side of the cliff, you can see veins of ghost rock in the rock. So what they do is those little cutouts are where the winch is. It lowers supplies, but the cutouts are all little kind of dumbwaiters, like your window washing thing. And there are scaffolds and lead and little outcroppings built into the wall. So if you're in the canyon looking at the wall, it's like this huge network of little platforms that are connected with stairs.
Almost like the ant farms.
Yeah, almost. So anytime for a 12-hour shift, you will hear the tink, tink, tink of miners working the ledge, trying to get the ghost rock out, and then they put it in a basket or whatever, and it hauls it over, dumps it in a main basket, which that winch brings up to empty.
Hi-ho!
That's why it's right behind the compound,
That's a
and then
big
they lower
winch.
the winch down. So shut up, yo. Let's see. And Whitaker's Walk is because he usually takes strolls out there at night just to kind of like look out over the canyon, kind of like, oh yeah, this is all mine, whatever. So number 4, which is almost directly south, is the Miners Union Hall. This is a 1-story wooden building located near the compound. It's a central gathering place for all the Sweet Rock employed miners. Inside the walls of this place, the miners can peacefully discuss issues pertaining to working conditions, wages, benefits, and the like. That's the theory, anyway. Despite the name of the place, there is no miners' union as such. The union The Union Hall contains a few shabby snooker tables, some threadbare furniture, a
love shabby
fireplace,
snooker.
a few drafty rooms for the most destitute miners, and not much else. Most self-respecting miners would rather slum in one of the cliffside's numerous dives than darken the door of this place. So it looks like it's kind of old, unused. It looks like it's more like a mission now, since the Sweet Rock Mining Company took over. Not really a miners' union anymore. So Larson Shipping that you met basically comes in, goes to the Sweet Rock compound, and leaves. Anything else has to go through Hager coach lines. Okay. Number 7, which is almost the center. See it? The Cliffside Herald. A boarded up and empty building. Looking through dirty glass, you can make out the shape of a dusty printing press in the back of the building. It looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. So, Our Lady of Peace. The smallest of the 3 churches in town. Our Lady of Peace is a simple one-story structure. Father Ramsey, the parish priest, sleeps in a small room in the front of the church. And
That one is
this one does look Christian. Or
Catholic.
I mean. So, the Marble Canyon Baptist Church, which we already pointed out, is number 10. Impressive masonry church is the best attended and funded in town. It even sports a stained glass window donated by Bradley Whitaker in a typical display of excess.
Where's that one at?
That's number 10. Number 12, which... Can you find it? Okay. Marble Canyon Funeral Home. Whitaker House. Easily the largest residence in town, Bradley Whitaker's house is a 2-story, 6-bedroom mansion. It's more a showpiece for Whitaker than anything else, but it's hard to see much of it behind the 10-foot stone wall that surrounds the grounds. The sturdy iron gate breaks the wall in front. Sweet Rock has taken no chances when it comes to dealing with crime in Cliffside. The town jail is an imposing 2-story edifice of stone and iron, meant to be as much a threatening reminder of who's in charge in town as much as it is a place for troublemakers. To cool their heels. The building holds 15 cells, as well as quarters for a few of the security guards.
okay.
There's a building that looks kind of like a storefront building. There's a fenced-in area, and then there's another a building that looks almost like a small barn or a huge shed longhouse thing.
Okay.
The sign above it is Rothgardt Propulsion Laboratory.
Thing going on there.
Okay. Oh, people will tell you that Adolphus is also obsessed with jumping Marble Canyon. He's tried twice already, and all he has to show for it are 2 clockwork limbs.
Oh.
Luckily for Rothgardt, Sweet Rock needs him enough to cover his medical bills. So Sweet Rock paid for it, but he has lost a couple limbs trying this crazy Evel Knievel lifestyle. 22, which is right above that.
Whimsarella?
The Marble Maiden. This 2-story wooden building is obviously one of the more prosperous establishments in town. The carved front doors and actual slate roof attest to that. This is run by Madam Helen and her 25 employees. 24. It's outside the wall. South. Okay. Imagine that area is covered in tents, lean-tos. They call it Canvas Town. Many of the independent miners, as well as some of the poorer Sweet Rock ones, make their homes in these tents located outside Cliffside's walls. So if you don't work for Sweet Rock, you're not getting in the walls. You got to pitch your tent out there and eke out your living. So the miners you see on the wall, there's probably a third of them. The other 2/3 are in the mines. And it's kind of like not a lot of ventilation back there. So, see how that Ghost Rock dust does them.
Right.
So,
Ghost Rock cancer.
Yep.
Ghost Rock lung.
Yeah.
What is that? Explain what happens when you get that.
Oh, Ghost Rock fever?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Rock fever. If you handle Ghost Rock too much, it can drive you insane slowly at first.
First, you
So-
start playing rock and roll music. and
Yeah.
you start dressing differently.
And then you tell your parents no, and you get into reefer. It's
Yeah.
horrible. No,
Reefer madness.
no. Minors will get it, and they get sick, and sometimes they get delirious if they stay away from it a while. Sometimes they'll come out of it. So anyway, that's the basic layout of Cliffside. So there's a lot, but like I said, if you want to look for somewhere, just let me know, and it's probably on the map. If you're
Going to the
"Where's that
bar."
place at? Yeah, bars are mostly down there in the south. The Telegraph office is probably that little building on the corner right there by your hotel. It's like a little L-shaped building.
Okay.
That's probably what's considered the post office, telegraph office right there.
Okay.
So they can just come in, drop
Where
off
we
their
at again?
mail, and go.
13.
This is our hotel. That's what is
Okay.
So you can easily go over there and send off whatever you need to. You guys will walk around town, so that's going to take you a couple hours just to see town and all that. Our Lady of
Lady
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Oh, and you find out that the third church it's burnt down.
Oh.
So you don't know
Church
what
of
happened,
Satan.
but nobody's ever taken up, so
Hey.
it's just the two. So you go over to the Lady of the Peace, and you will meet...
Church of the Holy Flame. Oh, sorry.
You see a younger man outside, probably tending the garden or something like that.
Holy smoke. Yep.
Yeah. He introduces himself as Father Edward Ramsey.
Okay.
So he's out there working in his garden and kind of...
I kind of walk on up to him and kind of greet him as I'm walking up and everything.
he's like, hello. And then he sees how you're dressed and he's like, oh, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, you fool. I love you.
He goes, "How are you doing, Father?"
Not bad. Father
Cobb.
Ramsey. Edward Ramsey. Nice to meet you. And he puts his
I
hand
kind
down.
of
Yeah.
shake his hand and everything. You know, just visiting town here for a while, doing some traveling. Thought I'd stop and see who was here.
Well, just me at the moment. Probably for most of the week. He kind of chuckles.
Kind of look, and he's got a pretty small church. Then he said just like a one.
Yeah,
story.
it's one-story building. It's not huge at all, by all means, but it's nice.
Okay. I'll probably kind of ask if we can go on inside, you know, and
Of course.
just kind of look it over and everything. Kind of ask about his services and how many people he's got here, and just kind of chit chat, you know.
He says, he tells you he came to Cliffside probably about a year and a half ago, and his one mission was to save souls, of course, but and you find him very compassionate and kind of intellectual. So he's like, it's unfortunately fallen mostly on deaf ears here. I have a few who show up for the Sunday sermons, not as many as I would like, probably about 10, but it's a flock. It's better than nothing, so I'll take it.
Well, I imagine it's rather hard in a mining town.
Yes, the only ones that do visit quite often are the ladies from the southern end of town. I think they fancy me a bit much, and it's sometimes a test of my chastity, but I'm holding up. And he kind of smiles. He does look very handsome.
He goes, well, perhaps you can save a few souls after all.
Yeah, hopefully on my terms, not on theirs. And, let's see.
So I heard there was another church in town. I mean, not the Baptist one, but there was another one.
There was another one. The father there, he was also Catholic. I arrived shortly before he left. I guess he was not having as much luck as I was. I think he was a bit more of a tough preacher, you know, fire and brimstone style of preaching, which I figured would be great for these people. Maybe that's the terms they understand, but alas, before he left, he said he just wasn't having anyone at church. He wasn't having any luck, and he was believing it was a test from God. He wasn't very happy, and he left town, and shortly, I'd say about 3 or 4 days to a week after he actually left, the church burnt down.
Yeah.
So,
What day is it right now?
I think it's a Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're only gonna, how many days are we expected to stay here?
3 or 4. Actually, I think it's Friday. So
Okay.
you might not leave before Sunday.
Okay.
You might be here Sunday.
Well, I can't tell him. I'm not too sure exactly when we'll be leaving, but if I'm around on Sunday, I'll make sure to stop by.
Absolutely. If you'd like to speak as well at the sermon, that's fine with me.
Oh, I might have a few words.
Yeah, if you wish. If you wish.
I leave that up to you.
Yes, right, absolutely. You notice as you're talking to him, he notices about you too, probably more so. He's after about 10, 15 minutes of talking, he's like kind of looking you and like very respectful. Mm-hmm. And as you're looking at him, you notice maybe it's the way the afternoon sun is coming in. It's almost
gorgeous.
Like he has like this, the lights behind him, there's like this aura. And you're kind of like,
Oh, I want him so bad.
man is very faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind.
And it's almost like you recognize each other as actual blessings.
Oh, okay.
So as you're looking at him, you're like, there's something special about him. And he's noticing you like, oh my God. Because your faith is what, 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, his, let's see.
His is 20.
His faith, I'll tell you, is 40-12. And it's like,
Okay.
wow. So here's 2 blessed having afternoon coffee in this church. And it's just like serene. So yeah, basically you find out he's been sanctifying the graveyards at sundown every night to make sure nothing bad happens. He's like,
That's probably a good thing. You're going to keep your dead inside town.
yeah. Well, they'll be sleeping at least. So
Don't want to waken up.
nope. There's plenty of bad things here, so we want to make sure that's the least of our troubles.
Actually, probably like getting ready to leave, and I'm like, actually, there's one thing I'd like to ask you about.
I'm not married.
No. Well, if you wish to be married and need services, let me know.
Those women get too close.
Have you heard of anybody dabbling in the dark arts that have been around town lately?
Poe suddenly runs across the street.
Not that one.
That guy.
Not that one.
He says, well, I have heard some interesting rumors, I suppose.
There's this man at town walked by. What's up?
Oh, hello, Charlie. See you Sunday.
Yep, I'll be there. And grabbing like some like miner. No, just getting a snack.
Oh, all right. He says there have been some, I guess you'd call them missionaries in town last day or two, or a couple days, I guess, from the Church of Lost Angels from California.
He goes, but anyway,
Well, there is one thing I've heard about. One of the miners told me that day before yesterday, he saw someone on Whitaker's Walk. I'm not sure if you know where that is, and he describes it. He's like, late at night, probably around midnight, saw a strange figure, is what he said. I assumed it was a person, but he wasn't sure if it was, which I found odd. Said he saw this strange figure walking along Whitaker's Walk, and before he could approach him to find out who it was, he jumped off the ledge. And when the miner went to look, of course, he didn't see anything in the dark, but the next morning he went down the elevators first thing, and there was no body or anything at the bottom of the canyon.
did he describe what it looked like?
No, just he thought it was a man. But
Like maybe what kind of hat he was wearing?
he didn't say anything about a hat. He did say something about a long, close-fit coat, sort of.
Did that guy have a long coat?
That guy didn't.
Okay.
No, he was wearing...
God, there's too many freaks around here.
Base jumping goes, Simon says.
Yeah.
base jump.
Base jumping goes.
Yeah.
Come on, no parachute.
I regret a couple things, but it doesn't matter.
I kind of regret what I'm doing right now.
Oh, and he does know he has to perform services over a body that was found in Canvastown earlier that day. Looks like it was done in the night, like maybe some animal attack. They do get mountain lions and stuff like that around this area, but he does have to perform services at the Undertaker's, he believes tomorrow at 9. So if you wish to accompany him, if you want to say some words over the body, or I can do it. I mean, I know you're
Well,
just...
I can You've got plenty of stuff there to do. I'm sure I can.
The body is at the Undertaker's, and it was described to me as an animal attack, so I don't know how bad a shape it's in.
Well, I can do that for you.
Well, thank you.
So, and as I said, we're here on. If I'm still here on Sunday, I'll stop on by.
Oh, well, you're welcome anytime.
All right. And I say goodbye and leave.
And as you walk out, you see two very pretty ladies with the parasols walking kind of in front of the church.
Mm-hmm.
As he meets you at the door, well, goodbye.
I nod to the ladies.
They're like in unison, good morning, Father Ramsey. And he's like, morning, ladies. And he kind of looks at you like, ugh, this is tough. So, okay.
I would imagine he has the pretty.
Yes, he does have
Yeah.
it. Pretty, because he's handsome. So, okay. You go over to the Telegraph office, and there's a gentleman in there, probably about 85. You know? Yeah. He's like, can I help you?
Ah, that was an A. Hey,
Like the old texting.
Yeah.
I can't say the words. All I got was ah.
There's something being murdered on the other side of this telegram.
Stop.
Stop.
Yeah, he comes up, and he's got like no teeth, the big gray mustache, completely bald except for like a few white hairs around his ear. He's still wearing the like pinstripe shirt with the collar and the vest and the little arm garters. And he's probably about 5'4". So he walks up. Help you, ma'am. With glasses.
Yes, I need to send a telegram, please.
Oh, all right. Where are you sending it to?
Here.
Oh, okay. You have it all written out and everything. He's like, all right. You need it Morse code or mailed?
What?
Do you want it sent Morse code or just mailed? We offer
use
telegram and telegraph service, and Morse service and mail.
Telegraph, please.
All righty. That'll be. He kind of looks over and he's like,
Your panties.
52 cents. Are you with Sweet Rock Mining Company? Do you work for them?
No, I don't work for the
Oh,
company.
okay. I'm sorry. 74 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So you pay him? Yeah. He's like, all right, I'll get this sent off.
I'll listen to him to make sure
horse
he's
whiskey.
sending the right telegraph.
Yeah, he does.
Eggs, ham.
He actually, he actually sends it pretty quick.
Sends
Yeah.
a shopping list.
Figured he probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Old-timer.
Gets confused and sends a shopping list.
Yeah.
Tobacco, coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee, spam, coffee, spam, coffee.
What if you don't want coffee? All I want is spam.
Best part of
Protect your
waking
phone.
up is spam in your cup.
Best part of waking
Doesn't really
up is
work.
45 in your temple.
It's just a big flop of it.
It's got the flavor crystallized grease in there. You can tell.
Start your day with a cup of spam.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they never made it.
Yeah.
He
No
never
marketing.
asked for a second cup of spam at home.
It's just not the same. They've got better cans there.
So anyway, after your spam coffee,
The fresher.
Spam.
you know these guys are probably wandering around town. You know he went to the church, but so anyway, yeah, you can if you want to walk over to the inventors.
Yeah, that probably holds the next bit of interest for me.
Okay.
I was thinking about heading there too. I believe the good father was going to go there as well. So.
By the time you make it around town, she kind of makes a beeline to the inventors. So you'll probably all meet up at the inventors' place. So you see Lily coming up. Were you with them too?
Nope.
Nope. Where were you going?
Going to the bar.
Oh, you were which bar? Which bar you want to go to?
When it was, how many were there in town?
There's like several little saloons.
Whichever one's closest to where I'm staying.
Okay.
One in the standard that you actually...
There's the bar hotel, or the hotel bar.
That's fine.
Okay. So you're going to stay there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you two, Copperhead and Lily, all kind of meet up at Adolphus's place.
Well, Lily got a haircut right before she came over.
Lily got a headache.
It's all right. It's got a head
Got a
done.
head cut. I mean, wait.
So as you kind of see this place, and out in that yard, the penned-in yard where they normally keep like a couple mules or something, you see two velocipedes out there looking rather different.
I killed something.
Scalping.
It's a roadrunner in the grill work.
Hey, wait, there's something in my beer.
There's several hairs in my beer.
And you hear some like hammering from the inside, something hammering metal or tin.
Let me out.
Yeah, pretty much. So as you walk up, it's like I said, it looks like a
so
storefront,
pretty.
but there's also it's Bigfoot.
Big Rob. What?
It's Big Rob.
So yeah, basically as you walk up, you hear that coming from the workshop. The storefront, the door is open, but it doesn't look like anybody's in there right now.
Oh,
Well, I'll walk in the storefront.
Okay. There's a little sign next to a like hotel bell.
Yeah.
It says ring bell for service loudly.
Okay.
Jeez.
Sorry, headphone users.
Well, I can look around. What's in here?
In here looks like a lot of tools, a lot of parts, a lot of wheels with like
You okay?
there's some wagon wheels, there's some
It's pretty tight.
looks like rubber tires.
Get rid of that clamp
So
part.
they're actually not product, but just parts.
Parts is mostly parts. Although you do see a lot of it has like tags, like you can buy these parts. So a lot of it doesn't, but there are some things that are kind of piled up front where they have price tags on them.
Okay.
So, and it's very not organized.
Right, it's
A
a
little bit where like wheels are in this corner, but they're all piled together.
Right.
So, there's like tin conduit, could be for a stove, could be exhaust pipes, you don't know. So, but yeah, and the back door is actually open, and you can see the longhouse is from the back door, and it's only like 20 feet away.
well,
So just across that little yard.
Bo and Olaf, Father Olaf. It's nice to see you here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just having a little tour of town. This is that quiet and
We'd have to meet up eventually.
Oh, did you actually ring the bell, or was that just him being goofy?
I did ring the bell.
Okay, sorry. I thought you didn't ring the bell because
Yeah.
you're like, well, let's not ring the bell and walk on in.
Yeah, no, I'm
In
not
that
gonna ring it
case-
again.
I'm
Rang
sorry.
the bell. That's why I went.
I'm sorry. In that case, when you rang the bell, it's like ding, and out there, you hear gong, like this huge gong go
okay.
off.
Never mind. Okay.
So you hear ting, and after a moment, he comes walking out the
Yeah.
door. I thought,
yeah, but no,
well, we just won't ring the bell.
yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, he's a little paranoid. So
Gotcha.
Anyway, he comes walking over, and you notice he walks at a fairly brisk pace.
Okay.
And he's kind of wiping his hands down. And you do notice his right leg is made of metal, and it's clockwork. And you notice his left arm is clockwork as well.
Oh, interesting.
And his arm is a little more anatomical. Like it looks like an arm with like the fingers and stuff. It's got like a little bit of a casing on it.
Right.
The leg, not quite so much. It's more like
Two different
a clunky, different looking leg.
two different people, two different things.
Maybe, or maybe he wanted the arm to look better so he can maneuver things, and the legs, I just need to walk.
Right.
So he does walk with. It looks like he walks with a limp, but it doesn't affect his pace. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just that ka-ching, ka-ching. And as he steps down, there is a little valve on his knee that pss, pss, like steam.
Interesting.
So he kind of walks up.
From his knee.
He's got hair. His hair is pretty much blonde, like a real pale blonde, and it's swept back, and it's got like the widow's peak, so it comes down to a point, so his hairline up here is back, but his hair looks like wild, but it's all pointing backwards, almost like he's been in a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
Just imagine Doc Brown if you stood in front of a fan for 4 hours.
Okay, he's a lunatic.
Yeah. And as he comes out, he lifts up. He's got a pair of sunglasses, like square sunglasses, and he kind of lifts those up. And you know his Copperhead's probably wearing the sunglasses too, because he has a pair. So he kind of looks, and the doc is like, looks at Copperhead. Velocipede rider? How'd you know? We're cool. And Copperhead just takes his glasses like, all right. He's like, what can I do for you, folks?
Well, I hear you're quite the legendary inventor here in the town.
Well, I don't know about legendary, but I am the inventor in town.
Well, that's interesting enough. I'm Beauregard T. Donaldson. I'm
Beauregard P. Donaldson.
Yes, and this is some other things. This is Lillianne, Father Olaf, and of course you've met John.
He's like, oh, well, nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you.
John.
Fellow interest in the...
I am a engineering background. I was with the Swedish Artillery Corps before taking the calling.
Oh.
And all things engineering, I still piqued in interest.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place, I'd say.
Strachan.
Well, as he talks, and you notice when he talks about going faster, he's very animated and very... And like when he's like, well, I don't think you'd be able to breathe any faster. And he's, oh, no. You can breathe. You can breathe. Like, he's like, that's wrong.
But he's
He's a
not
speed
like
junkie.
jittery or.
Well, he seems jittery just because he's like hyper. And it's kind of like, yeah, this guy's really addicted to going fast.
No burn marks on his front teeth or.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Although you do notice his gloves are off and his fingertips are stained black, probably from the ghost rock he uses.
Well, he might have been around a little too much ghost rock.
Yeah. So he is a mad scientist. And you know they all have some quirk. Looks like his is.
His boner is showing. God. I was just checking to see if he's just actually excited or if it's something
Enhanced.
chemical enhanced.
It could be, if he gets any worse, it could be megalomaniacal about speed. But he is a speed freak.
Mm-hmm.
So
but not that way.
not that
He doesn't go.
No. But he says, that's what this is for. This velocipede, I built these housings because I was out there doing some testing a week ago, and I encountered these soldiers. They were the Flying Buffaloes from Fort 51.
Yes, we encountered them on the road and assisted them.
Oh,
in
so you saw their packs.
Yes, indeed.
I got a good look at them, and I'm thinking I can build those myself a little bit smaller and mount them to the side of this velocipede. So when I go
basically raises his eyes big.
So
like,
when I
"What?"
start going over the canyon, I can trigger them, and I will go right over, all the way to the other side this time.
like a vehicle-sized rocket pack.
Yeah.
It's the landing that might be the problem.
That'll be no problem if I get enough speed and I put
Then he
some
won't
sort of balance in
He
there.
won't realize he's lost another limb. He'll just explode.
He's
Maybe
like,
you should
I'll land on the other side.
Maybe you should have like a spare backpack on, in case it goes south, and you can just kind of eject. That might be an idea.
I could.
I mean, speed upon speed. I mean, you're like zoom and then zoom.
Wear a rocket pack myself?
Yeah,
That would give me even more boost.
right. And then if something goes wrong, you're safe.
What could go wrong?
Do you have any other inventions for sale or items? I mean, I saw you had pots, but just
Well,
curious.
parts mainly. I do have some small mining equipment stuff, like replacement winches and things like that. I do have the velocipedes out there I'm willing to part with. So, okay, well, you know where he is now. And he's like, okay, well, enjoy your stay in Cliffside.
I'm going to go ahead and return to the standard hotel, get myself all bathed and washed up before supper time, and
Yeah, Copperhead's like, that sounds like a plan.
All right.
So you guys have walked around town, like you say, you pretty much saw everything, so you kind of get a general idea of where things are. Most of the stuff you've heard about is kind of the history behind the buildings, what people are doing, that kind of thing. So a little bit of gossip, but not much.
When I do go to the printing office, I probably do ask somebody around there. It's like, what happened to this place?
Oh, the printing, it's closed. That's the one that's all boarded up.
Yeah, if there's somebody next door, like a shop or something, I kind of like, what happened to the paper?
Oh yeah, it shut down about a year ago. Economic pressure from Sweet Rock Company.
Excuse me?
Well, they didn't want. They were printing stuff that maybe didn't look too favorably on Sweet Rock, and
That's what I was more particular.
yeah, they didn't want their name slandered as much, so they put pressure on them and basically ran them out of business.
Yes.
Now, you say there
Thank
was
you, Groucho.
an old sheriff's office and a current jail?
No, there was the town hall, but then there is the town jail. Is the new one?
Okay, so there's not a defunct sheriff's office. But
No,
there's-
the town jail is pretty much it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go there.
Okay, and there is no sheriff. It's all Sweet Rock.
Yeah. Well,
Security
I'm going
guards.
to go.
Okay.
The law.
The so-called sheriff is what everybody calls him, is Luke Beamer. He is about early 30s, chief of Sweet Rock Security. So Beamer seems like not really an easygoing guy, but he's just very straightforward, matter of fact. Kind of puts on the tough act if he needs to, but like.
So I'll go and introduce myself. Hello, I hope it's all right. I just walked in here.
What can I do for you, ma'am? You new in town?
Yes, new in town. My group and I thought maybe we ought to introduce ourselves to the local sheriff or local constabulary or law enforcement to let you know that there's some new faces in town and
Oh, you're from the expedition,
the
right?
expedition. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We knew Dr. Haskins was coming. Might be bringing some people.
Yeah.
So, did you get in a hotel okay?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Well, what can I do for you? Just dropping by?
Yeah. Just
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
yeah. It's always a good idea to let officials know that you're new in town and
Sweet Rock is in charge. I'm chief security, and Sweet Rock tends to take care of the town. So we're doing a more beneficial job, I think, than would a normal sheriff. That's my own opinion, but we do what we can. They appreciate it, and you can tell it's almost like he's selling the company, but it's almost like no bad words about Sweet Rock.
oh, we did come across some of the Larson boys.
Oh,
On our
Larson
way.
Shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seemed very friendly and
Oh yeah, good bunch of guys. They work with Sweet Rock quite a bit, so yeah, we usually
let you
tend
know
to
we did
only
come
employ
across
the
them.
best.
We had a good campfire evening with them, so we look forward to our time that we're going to be spending here in town, which should be a couple days.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thanks for the heads up. All right. Well, thanks for stopping in. If you'll excuse me, I probably ought to get to making some rounds for a bit.
Now, do I call you sheriff? Or well, obviously not sheriff. Just Beamer or Mr. Beamer or
Captain Beamer will do. Most
Captain.
people around town call me sheriff, but either one.
does he have any stripes or anything on his?
No, but he does have the badge, and on his it does say
Deputy Dog.
Chief of Security, Deputy Dog.
Chief of Security, okay.
And I got this cool
Chief
decoder
Beamer.
ring to go with it.
Got a little plastic gun.
It's got the red tape that comes out, the little black
the little
spots of
cap.
powder.
Captain Doofy.
Yours.
So he said Captain Beamer.
Captain Beamer or Sheriff. Most people in town just refer to me as Sheriff, but I answer to either.
Okay.
This is my deputy Goofy.
And by the way, I'm Lily.
Oh, nice to meet you, ma'am. And did you guys? She went to the jail. She said, "I'm gonna." Did you
Yep,
say
see
you're
you
gonna
later.
head over to the jail?
Yep.
Because do you say
yeah.
you're gonna... Copperhead's like, "All right, I'll see you in the bathhouse." He just walks off because he's like, "Jail." Do you guys go with her to the jail, or do you go on back?
I'd probably go over, but I'm kind of interested in seeing who they have wanted. Is it kind of like people that work there? I mean, is it your standard fare, or is it?
Yeah,
for
it's there's really not many wanted posters up.
okay.
There's hardly any. But you do
a lot
see-
of them with the name Bo on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beauregard, T. Danielson.
Yeah.
from making babies. So
Actually, Beauregard G. Danielson.
That's
We
right.
got an imposter running around making kids.
not
in your
many
house.
wanted posters, but you do
Oh, the
notice
pasta.
you do notice there's a posting that says, if seen, notify Sweet Rock security, and there's a list of like 7 names.
I kind of scrutinize the names.
Nobody you've ever heard of.
Frank Daggett.
No, I'll just take
AKA
note of
John.
the names.
A.K.A. John,
Is
A.K.A.
there-
Steve, A.K.A. Robert.
Is there or is he in this room with the signs, or is this somewhere else? Is
No, it's like his office, and there's a bulletin board right
there
there.
like a deputy or something like that there? Or she's
Yeah, there's probably a deputy sitting there.
'cause she's talking to him.
He's
So
probably playing solitaire.
I kind of reach over and said, "Got any twos?"
Playing solitaire till 1 with a deck of 51.
Yeah.
I kind of asked him like, "What's with these fellas' names?"
Oh, them?
Count
Yeah.
the miners on the wall. Some of them
Well,
take a fall.
just like to have a few words with him.
They miners or something? Oh,
Yeah. Most of them.
all right. I kind of look back. I'm like, "What did they kind of do, and what kind of bounty you got on it?"
Oh, you a bounty hunter?
Well, I'll take it from time to time if something needs done.
No bounties. Just want them brought in. You just need to talk to them about some things. So, yeah, after the sheriff's office, you guys can kind of head back to the hotel. So, get back. Copperhead's probably going to take a bath. Olaf is going to take a bath. Fall asleep in the tub.
Well, hell, I might as well take a bath too. So
All right. So, 3 men in a tub.
rub it down.
The candlestick
Not
maker.
again.
No, there are several baths in here, so you guys can take baths, get your clothes laundered. After that, probably about then, it's probably about 7 o'clock, so you notice...
I'm gonna do one thing before I head back.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I get done with him at the church, I'm gonna make a beehive over to the Undertaker.
Oh, okay.
When did he say that guy died?
Day before yesterday, like,
Yeah.
well, not last night, but the night before, around midnight.
It's been over 12 hours. Though.
Yeah, but he does tell you that he's on ice. They do have like an ice house.
No, last rites has got to be done within 12 hours. 12
Oh,
hours.
yeah. No.
The actual blessing.
That's not gonna work.
I don't worry about it then.
Okay.
He can wait now.
Father Ramsey's looking at them. He lied.
Well, no, I'll wait until
No,
the
no.
morning. You know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So okay.
Oh, actually, there's one other thing I was going to ask when I was in there.
Okay. In the sheriff's office?
Yeah,
Or
the deputy.
yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, that was it.
Okay. I was like,
Oh my God.
sorry, Brad. I was, when we were coming into town on the road, we were talking about they were coyotes, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some coyotes. They're quite vicious. You ever had any attacks like that?
When you described it as like, no, not that many. Coyotes are usually pretty cowardly. So okay. Well, you guys head back to the hotel for the night. About 7:30. Doc Haskins and Sophie come down for dinner. They invite you to dinner.
Yeah, you do notice Kelvin's at the table, but he's being very quiet. He's keeping his hat down while he's eating.
Oh, in that case, after a while, I'll probably ask him, like, "You all right, Kelvin?"
He just nods, takes another drink.
All right.
Sophie and
Can I scrutinize him?
yes, you can.
Yay, I can
And
scrutinize.
So is somebody else.
I got a 4. You're fine.
Yep.
I'll scrutinize too.
Okay, yeah. Anybody who wants to scrutinize Kelvin? Let's see.
He can't hide anything from Cobb.
What'd you get?
14.
14?
Copperhead got a 9. Dr. Bruce got a 13.
Oh, wow.
I got a 7.
Okay. What'd you get?
14.
What's
You got
the
a 4.
what's the number they got to meet?
If you want to try and hide, because you know they're probably looking at you. If you want to try and
Everyone's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
roll your bluff.
All right.
And if you don't have bluff, it's an
I
unchecked.
do have bluff.
Bluff,
Not very
bluff,
large, but
bluff, bluff, bluff.
Nine-tailed Q, which is our daughter Rebellion, says, looks like Up Dog in here.
what's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
Simon, I'm
We
not
know.
falling for that old one, LOL.
Holy crap!
We don't fall for that.
15.
Okay.
Oh,
There's something wrong, but you can't tell what it is. But you and Dr. Bruce know there's something bothering him. But
What'd you get, Cobb? You got
I got 14.
14. Oh.
so it's kind of like there's something bothering him, and it seems pretty serious, but you don't know what.
Nope, gonna have to shoot him.
Put it down.
well,
Well, if they're scrutinizing, would they be able to see probably one telltale sign was it keeps filling his glass?
Yeah, but
So,
they don't know what.
Well, I always fill my glass when it's empty.
well, this is more than you ever see him do it before.
he's drinking heavily.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So you know there's something up, but and most of the rest of you know something's up, but you're like, oh, okay.
All right. Well, he doesn't want to talk about it. Whatever.
What are you drinking? You drinking whiskey or?
How much whiskey have you had so far?
Yeah, the
Eight
thing, are you
bottles.
I
drunk?
drank 3 whiskeys before I got the bottle, and however many I drank in the bath.
Roll your vigor.
Everything's fine. I just don't like it. I don't like spam. I don't like spam at all. It's true. There
What's
you go.
wrong with him? I love you, man.
I love you all.
Spam coffee's horrible. Don't let them know.
25.
Oh,
What'd you get?
25.
Jeez.
So, all right. Well, you're not passing
Freaking
out,
Logan
right?
over there.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, after
Sippy straw.
don't forget your sippy cup.
He's got the curly straw. You know.
Everything's fine.
sucking it and pour it in the glass at the same time.
God damn it! I want another umbrella. Okay. So anyway, you guys finish dinner. They go on upstairs. You guys stay up for a while or turn in for the night?
Actually, Kelvin probably would have gotten done before everyone had left. Went upstairs.
Okay. You notice after he leaves the table, Copperhead's like, I'm gonna sleep in the stable.
Oh yeah, you guys sleep with him. That's right.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna
What?
sleep in the stable. I'm not sleeping with him if he's been drinking.
I didn't know that was a problem.
You can sleep with me.
Does he drink a lot? I've never noticed.
He never drinks that
I was
much.
bugging
So
him.
he's either gonna wake up bawling, or one of us is gonna throw a punch. So I'm just gonna go.
Is somebody in a room with me? Or am I one with Olaf?
You're with Olaf and Dr. Bruce,
Oh.
Dr. Smith. So Copperhead's like, I'll just take my chances and sleep in the stable. Keep an eye on the
Anybody
horse.
else with him?
Copperhead.
Oh, just you two.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't want. If he doesn't want to talk about it, I don't want to hear about it. Unless
Well,
he's
we
ready
can
to
switch-
talk, I'm not
We
listening.
can switch rooms. It's fine. You can sleep in my bed, and I'll sleep in there and deal with whatever's going to happen.
You sure?
Yeah, that's all right. I got other things to protect me, and I got the good Lord too.
Oh, I'll be in my room.
I know.
Copperhead's like, oh, that's right nice of you.
Yeah, just don't sleep out in the bar. We don't even know what the hell's going on in this town. So
Like I'm worried about that.
I'm worried
I'm
about
worried
the
about
town getting hurt by you. Is my point.
Look, I've only had 2 whiskeys. I can handle that.
I understand, but it's been a long road. We all need a good night's sleep.
All right. Well, thank you.
Besides,
Olaf, you don't mind, do you?
I don't.
Thanks.
I'll make him sleep well tonight.
Dr. Smith, you don't mind? He's like, no. He's like, all right.
Well, I'm actually going to go take a walk.
Oh, I'll come with you.
All right.
Maybe just let
So
him kind of
choose to.
steam off a little bit.
That might be a good idea.
Well, if you don't mind, I might join you too.
All right. You want to switch stuff around real quick, and then that way we're not waking him up. Let him get settled.
You drink that much, you might not even wake up for a while, so I'm not worried about it.
All right. Well, we're gonna walk around town, and
Yeah, when he went up, did you have the rest of the bottle with you?
The bottle was empty when I left.
Oh, you didn't take another one with you though? Okay.
So they're going out for a walk.
Stopped at the, hey, no.
Yeah. Could I get one to go?
One to go. No.
Are you going to walk with these guys or not?
I was planning on going to the room. Bill wants to know, how can you tell a vampire is unwell? He'll be coughing.
Coffin. Ah! Oh God, she's gonna have a. Out of print. Hollering out of here soon.
Olaf, they just had dinner.
Olaf had a nap while he was eating.
Yeah. Kelvin pretty much was getting pretty drunk, or at least drinking a lot, and then he went up to bed. So,
Uh-oh, pun off.
Oh no, Simon and Bella are gonna have a pun off.
on off. Oh no.
We'll just let you guys go at that for a while.
Yeah. So Cobb,
It's on me. I'm going to start banning people for the bad puns.
no, you're not. No, you're not. Too bad. Too bad. Cobb, Bo, Copperhead, are you going with them for a walk? Did you decide, or are you going to go
I
up to her room?
was planning on going to the room.
Okay, so she's going up to her room. These guys are going to take a walk for a bit. Would you want to go
After
go up to
dinner
the room?
constitution.
You go
Dr.
on the
Bruce
walk.
is going to go to the room, and Copperhead's betting with you guys tonight. So, you want to take a walk?
Dennis?
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke a bit in the lounge and see what talk of the town kind of around a little bit.
Okay. Listen to the gossip in here. Okay. So, you guys going out?
Yeah, primarily I'm going to go over to Whitaker's Walk.
Whitaker's Walk?
Yeah.
Okay. But as you look, it's kind of like, oh wow, especially now that the moon is up. And as you guys kind of walk up to Whitaker's Walk, it is a little breathtaking because I mean it's like nighttime and there's the beginning of the Grand Canyon right ahead of you.
Oh, and all
kinda
the stars and everything, too.
Yeah, with all the stars, the moon up above. It's a pretty cloudless night, so it is.
Hold me.
Yeah.
This is where we first met.
He's hanging off the rail.
Copperhead's like,
King of the Cliffside.
Let's see what's down here.
yeah.
Well, I can't go. I'm glad I came and walk it. It's quite breathtaking. It is
Yep.
something.
Heard a story about a man who threw himself off just this afternoon.
Okay, way to ruin the mood there, Father, but all right.
Copperhead's like threw himself off. What are you talking about? That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, let me, like this?
He's
I can't give him a little push.
just keep your hands off me.
Oh, just joshing you know.
No,
What are you talking about?
Talking to a father down Lady of Peace, and said someone told him that they saw a man jump off, and when they went to go look to find the body, it was gone.
Kind of peer over.
Just vaporized when it hit the ground.
Yeah. You look over, and if you don't have a problem with heights, you may now. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
holy crap, that is way down.
Make sure the rail holds, but yeah.
It's a very sturdy rail.
Yeah.
So
Well, we can see.
Do that demon shit you do.
I'm right here to cast.
Ring left some Manitou for us.
says the preacher.
Right.
Now, hold on. I gotta figure it out. I gotta get 2 pair. Oh, Black Joker.
Oh,
Like, Manitou throws him off.
yeah.
Oh wait, it is a red Joker.
Oh, lucky you.
Yes, red Joker. So I got 3 of a kind,
Okay.
or I got 2 pair. Actually, no, I'll change that to a 9, so that way I get 2 pair. So yes.
Okay. Got it.
Woo! You see me
Yeah.
kind of like the hairs on the back of my neck kind of go up a little bit, and I'm like, no, I am in control here. Yes. All right. Now tell me your
You have
secrets.
no power here.
Stand closer to him. See, I got this. Among us.
And action.
Line.
There was. I want a hot dog. I'm so hungry.
It was a hot dog?
Eat a burger and fries. I'm full now. I'm gonna jump off. No. No, this is. You get back.
Someone got supersized at McDonald's.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
supersized. No, I can't hold the thing. No, you do actually can see the hairs on the back of Bo's head, like stick up. He's like, no, you do not have power here. I'm controlling you. Tell me what happened. Back off. Yes. And I have to do. Not touch
I had to
myself.
log my account in.
It was dark. There's something black here. Very black. It looks human, but it is not. It is not human. It is a foul thing taking the form of a man. Is it a man? I can see its wings. Cobb, I can see its foul, leathery wings. It is sated. My stomach is full. The night air is brisk. There's a taste of something on my lips. Is it fresh meat? Yes. Oh, it's so sweet out here tonight. And I leap off into the side. I see it leaping right there down, just a few paces from us, Cobb. It leaps off, but it flies. It shifts into something. I can't see it. I can't see that thing it is. It is not right. It is not right.
Nice job.
Is that it?
And you realize that taste was funnel cake.
Can I roll my occult to think what it might be?
Yeah, you can.
Ooh, I popped. Ooh, I popped again.
Nice.
Damn.
25.
25. There was something foul about it. You're not 100% sure, but it's...
Because we did fight that one, remember?
It is either a Manitou given form, or quite possibly the first thing that comes to your mind, some sort of demon. Like the old
It was Chicken Man.
Bible devil. Like
Well,
a
in that
demon.
case,
Well,
But
I'm thinking
it could have
vampire at first, but no.
And no, but it didn't drink blood. It's probably something that ate flesh or consumed a soul. I'll let you roll theology for that.
theology.
Chicken man, cheap a thingy, or it can devour souls.
Be 8.
Chupacabra.
What'd you get?
8.
8. Judging by what he was describing it as, and judging by what you know about the good book, yeah, maybe. I mean, if he's
But nothing particular, though.
nothing particular, but the way he's describing it, yeah, that's the classic description of a demon or a devil. But you don't know if it's correct, but it's a
When
good
he
possibility.
says, like, the casting off of a human,
Yeah.
would
Because
that be similar to him?
you know they would be very into trickery and deceit.
Okay.
So that could be.
It was, I didn't tell you exactly when this happened, did it?
I don't know.
Maybe a couple nights ago.
Couple nights.
Oh, time to go back to the hotel.
Well, the
The
problem.
entire way back, Copperhead just keeps...
Yeah.
Actually, when I get into my room, I'm gonna think about it for a minute and think.
Put up some bird
You
traps.
know what Kelvin could use is some coffee.
Coffee.
So I'm gonna
Ever thoughtful.
go get some coffee for him and then knock on his bedroom door.
Okay. 2 cups for me, 1 for Kelvin.
It's always good right before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's caffeine.
So you hear a knock at your door.
I'm not in there.
Oh, I thought you went up to your room.
We thought he did.
Okay. Well, you knock, nobody answers.
Start hearing gunshots throughout the town.
Is his door locked? I mean, I would check to see if it's locked.
Did Copperhead lock it?
No, he just dropped his luggage in there yet so far.
Kelvin didn't lock it either.
It's unlocked.
I'll open to see if he fell asleep.
Nobody's in there.
Actually, the one thing you do notice, well, I don't know, because she rolls scrutinized, maybe you can get an idea what's there.
It'd be search.
7.
Okay.
All of Kelvin's guns are on his bed, except for one.
Along with his underwear.
Okay, that just gave me goosebumps in actual real life. So,
Calvin doesn't have a set of wings or anything.
No.
Okay.
He just didn't go up to his room. That's all.
yeah, I think player knowledge. I think I know what. But I'm going to look for Kelvin.
Okay. All right.
So search under the bed, the lamppost.
Yeah.
I don't.
Uh,
I think everybody has like a 1 tracking. So
yeah. Do you have anything in tracking?
Just the one tracking.
Okay. So you can roll your tracking.
Oh, it popped.
13.
13. Did you go up to your room before you left?
Yes, I did go up and put all my weapons on my bed.
Okay. So you notice there are footsteps leading up to the bed. You do see a little, probably a scuff where he almost kicked the door to open it. You were drinking.
Yeah.
And as you look in, you notice the one gun is missing, and it looks like everything else has been here for a while, but the one gun that's missing is recently destroyed. There's still like an imprint on the bed. So you're like, okay. So he was here recently. So you walk back downstairs,
But he just said all of his guns were in the room.
Except for one.
except for one.
Oh, except for one.
Yeah,
So
'cause
he's-
you notice his guns are there, his gun belt's there, his armored duster's there, as well as his hat is hanging on the bedpost.
So you go back downstairs, and as you go back down, there's a gentleman at the desk. And he kind of looks up. Oh, can I help you?
Did you see my tall companion?
Oh, yes. You went out the front door, I'm assuming?
Actually, I don't know.
You probably don't know where the back door is.
No, he was going to the stables.
Olaf
is
would have
where he's
seen her
going,
come.
so-
Okay, so you would have
Was
left.
there a
Olaf would have seen her come up, go back down, and
Yeah.
Yeah, if I pass Olaf, I'll be like, Kelvin's missing. I don't speak in a southern accent. Kelvin's missing.
So you would have came out the front door.
okay?
So he's like, oh, he just left not long ago. Shortly after he came out of the dining room, I believe.
Yeah, let's go look for him.
And he says, I do know he turned that way. I saw him through the window.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go out, you kind of look, and you do see, with a 13, you do see, you've seen his prints before, where he stepped off of the boardwalk onto the road, and it looks like it's headed for the stables across the street.
Okay, and I've seen all of his guns, right? So do I know which gun of yours is missing?
The one that he usually carries in his shoulder or his front holster, which is a peacemaker.
Okay. Well,
So you
He's,
walk,
he's ex-cavalry, so
yeah. So you walk over to the stables, and you kind of hear somebody probably.
Oh, help! Help!
Oh, Wilbur.
we already heard
just-
like drunken stammering.
Yeah.
You know, there's a good boy. That's a good one. Whoa, are you? Whoa.
All right, well, he's in some private time. We'll just So you guys go over to the stables, and in where the horses, the actual stable, you can hear him and see like his silhouette against the moon on the other side. And
Holy crap! I'm huge.
he's sitting in there petting
And
the horse.
well, I don't.
And you
want
do see.
To,
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, I don't want to surprise you.
Next, if you're looking at him, you do notice that he's got.
I called out his
Peacemaker's
name
tucked
as
into his
I-
belt in
as
the back.
we entered.
So, the back of his pants.
Okay.
Okay.
What'd you say, Olaf?
I said I called out his name as we entered.
Okay. So you hear at the entrance of the door.
I turn around. Huh? Yeah, I'm stalkered.
And you see those two at the end. And
Oh, hey guys. This is Henry, and as soon as I say that, I fall flat into the hay.
okay.
this is Henry.
Yep.
Well, let's get him up to the room.
I had some coffee made for you. Would you be interested?
He's snoozing.
He's out.
As you guys look at him, you three are walking back.
Yeah.
And as you're like, oh, this is really strange. You hear Olaf's voice up ahead because you're getting close to the standard.
Yeah.
He's like, Kelvin, you hear some words, and then here's something fall in the stable. So you guys kind of
Try to
walk
hurry
up
up.
behind them. So you're all there now.
Try to take your gun.
Not hard. Yeah.
Copperhead looks in, sees Kelvin in the hay. He's like, I'll take my room back.
Yeah.
So they see you like, oh, he's out.
What's going on?
Well, shall we leave him here or take him up to his room? He done snockered himself out.
Well, he is a big fella.
Whatever had him upset
He's
to
really
the point
not,
of
though.
drinking brought him down here, and now he's sleeping like a baby. I'm just going to take this away.
I said, well, I'll get his money. I don't want him.
Oh, I didn't think you'd steal from him.
I ain't stealing. I'm just gonna.
He's
take
just
up
holding
the-
it for me.
Yeah.
And hoping I never ask
Thought
for
he
it
went
back.
upstairs to sleep it off. I thought he went upstairs to sleep it off.
Well, he came back down.
Copperhead. As you guys are lifting him out of the hay, he's like, ooh, wait a minute. I've been here. He walks There's a wheelbarrow. He like wheels it over. He's like, drop him.
Oh, there we go.
I've been carried like this many a time in
Yep.
the old days.
He doesn't wake up either.
Okay.
Yeah. So a couple of you, one of you each have to take the wheelbarrow, but
Yeah.
you can wheel him back across the street.
Yeah.
So you get over to the hotel and you can get to the stairs and Copperhead, probably you and Copperhead, 1, 2, 3, and just dump him.
All the way on up. So there we go.
So
Get him into bed.
get him into bed. Yep.
Make sure that his gun's. I don't want to take him away from you, but under your bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So you bundle Kelvin into bed. Somebody wheels a wheelbarrow back to the stable.
Get a bucket just in case.
Yeah. So
Water.
you're
Bucket
gonna
next
stay
to the
there with
bed
him for the
and
night?
water, yeah.
Okay. Pretty much everybody goes to bed.
Well, I don't know. Are we going to bed or what are we doing?
Well, you're going to your room. And,
Oh, I meant we come back. Are we going hunting tonight or what?
well, not unless you know where to go hunting at.
I don't know either, but
Well, just something we know
Hunting.
is all.
all right.
I'm
Why
gonna
would you
go
go
finish off my meal and then
Oh, it's a long
Yeah,
story.
we're-
Imagine we can
go to bed.
talk about it in the morning.
Yeah, over breakfast.
Yeah, we're here for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Of course, we gotta be up.
Y'all standing in the
time. I
room
got
talking
last
about
rites.
this?
for somebody.
Over Kelvin?
All right.
Okay.
Who?
They're all standing in the
Some
room
fella
over
died
Kelvin discussing
yesterday.
this, I guess.
Probably.
How'd he die?
Got mauled by an animal.
Mauled by an animal.
Right. I'm going to bed.
I think about the way that thing looked. Did it have ways?
It was definitely sated.
You only get mauled by something?
Hmm?
I said maybe it was mauled by something.
Could be. It crossed my mind. Either way, he's dead and it's gone. So
Maybe I should get your father's friend if the.
They're going to talk like this in front of me. I'm going to be like, oh, no, this isn't waiting for morning.
Copperhead's like,
there was a story about some man threw himself off the Whitaker, off the
Whitaker's
cliffside.
Walk.
Either way, Whitaker Walk, and man who witnessed thought it was a man who committed suicide or whatever, and so he went down the next day, or he actually leaned over and couldn't see the body, and then he went down the next day and couldn't find it, and that was the end of the story.
Oh,
So we went, and just out of curiosity, I thought it might be a ghost or something. So we walked out there and saw the pretty lights, looked at the stars and the sky, and then Numbskull
Was
here
beautiful.
decided to talk to some of his friends.
numbskull.
They're associates. I saw something quite dark. A demon or something, flesh form of a man. You can roll your occult and see if you know.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
If giving you his last rites, give him a few last lefts as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Good echo. Oh, there we go.
14.
Yeah, that sounds pretty much what he's describing is like a demon or a manitow,
Given
but
form.
given form, or just a straight out demonic force.
Okay, because I was thinking as myself, I was thinking of something else, but it does sound like this person
Yeah.
jumped off and then grew wings and flew away. It
transformed.
was.
Yeah,
Into
shifted
its true
into
form.
its true form, which the way it's described by these two sounds very much like what a demon would normally be associated with.
Okay, can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong, because it also sounded to me like maybe this actual person was maybe possessed and its soul was kind of eaten by the demon, and then when there was no more soul really left in the body, the body jumped off, fell down, and the demon left the body.
That could be another viable explanation.
I mean, we both
But
rolled
there was no body.
we
Yeah,
both
but there
had
was-
the rolled at cult high, so we could just
Yeah.
say they're both. You and I are probably talking to cult, so we're both probably
Well, it could
throwing
be
out
this.
theory. It could be
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over
Now,
coffee.
according to Tobin's spirit guide,
Right.
Simon said it's a Van Halen demo. You can tell by the way it jumped. It's
Go ahead.
And
Jump.
Where is he? Where is he? I don't know.
Yeah.
Over here somewhere.
Over there.
Over here. Okay. Yeah. Show it.
don't.
So yeah, you guys.
Thor's hammer.
It was either a demon itself or someone possessed by a demon. Either way, it was some demonic force, which is kind of what a Manitau is anyway.
Just on our plane.
But yeah, that sounds pretty important. So
Okay. But either way, it looks like a human walking around, no matter what.
it did. You don't know if it'll revert back to a human
Right.
or if it
Okay.
shed that skin or what. Maybe it's going to look like a human in the morning. You don't know, but it sounds like a demon. So who knows?
Well, it's not going to look like that human. Okay.
All right. So after you get that settled, it's like, well,
I'm going to bed after that.
Time to
that's
go
my
back.
bedtime
I'm
story.
going to surround my bed with salt and holy water.
Yeah.
And
And you're having pleasant dreams of demons and
Probably.
demons and cake,
Demons and cake.
because that's probably what he ate. So, all right. So you guys go to bed. The night passes uneventfully. Was there something you were going to do before? You went?
Well, I was going to have another session with the doctor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he will definitely do that.
And that was what were we rolling on that?
Kind of funny because Copperhead's in your room. It's like he's like,
Was that it? Was that in spirit?
interesting.
Was it spirit or vigor?
It was spirit.
spirit.
Target number of 9.
he
Yeah.
gets a bonus because of the.
Yeah, you get a +4 because he's doing his thing.
He's putting his socks on.
Yeah. 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Made it.
So you made it. So you sleep pretty soundly that night.
No penalties tomorrow.
Nope. Because you made it on the dot, you do start to have a dream about being on that hill, and there's something coming at you, like the army is approaching. Mm-hmm. There's something in the sky coming at you with these wings, and at first you're like, "Oh my God, it's a demon," because they were all the talk they were doing. Now you're starting to have that faith thing. You're like, "Oh, it's a demon." Now it's getting worse. But then as it gets closer, you see it explode into multicolored light. And it's that rainbow serpent
No color.
that's flying. And as it flies over the army, they cower and turn to dust. And it flies off overhead, leaving a trail of like stardust.
Oh,
And that's
that
when
gave
you
me
wake up.
goosebumps, Too.
Yep, that's when you... So anyway, yeah, you all wake up and you kind of come down for breakfast.
And then Kelvin wakes up and comes down for breakfast.
Yeah. Haskins and Sophie are down there. You guys are about done with breakfast when Kelvin does come down. Mm-hmm. So you can order breakfast and all that. And Haskins and Sophie are like, well, I think we'll take a walk about town and make some inquiries and see if we've heard anything from our guides in case they got here early, but I doubt it.
Well, come around with you.
Well, if you wish.
Well, what time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So
You could walk with
Feeling
them
this morning.
yeah,
a little
Like
bit.
a random dog toad.
Well, that's normal.
a little bit, and then Father's got to do some last
What
rites
was the
with him.
celebration last night?
Oh, it was, just wanted to have a few drinks.
You should see
Copperhead's like, a few.
Yeah.
Friendly advice?
Always.
Keep it bottled up inside. It'll eat you alive. Did me.
Only been dealing with it now for a lot of years. It just happened to be the day.
You know, like I said, a lot of years he eats up a man's brain.
I know.
Just saying.
I appreciate it. I do. Sorry I ruined your sleeping plans last night.
No, I was gonna sleep in the stable, and then you were in there, so I got a bed out of the deal.
I
Anyway.
beat you out of your sleeping quarters. Huh?
Yeah. So you guys take a walk with Dr. Haskins and Sophie, Edgar and Sophie, and kind of walk around town. You do notice they make it a point not to hold hands, any of that stuff. They walk fairly close together, but they don't show any affection in public or anything like that. So
See you, Simon.
night, Simon.
Night,
All right, Simon.
Thanks for stopping in. So as you guys kind of walk around for a bit, they're kind of like, "Oh, seems nice." And it in the daytime, it's kind of you've got the Sweet Rock buildings, the buildings that are prosperous, mixed in with these buildings like the Herald that are the town hall. So it's kind of like, oh, that's a nice building. That's a nice building. That's a piece of crap. That's a nice building. That's a piece of crap. So it is kind of a weird mishmash of old and new. But they take it in, kind of note some of their own things. And if you tell them like, oh, you should check out that Adolphus Rothgardt, he's got a shop down there, might be interesting. And that he's got that winch. They'll be like, oh yeah, maybe we'll take a walk down there. So they're going to take this day to kind of explore the town. So you guys are left to your devices. They basically say, well, we'll run into you later or meet you for dinner tonight.
Okay.
About the same time.
Yep.
So
Good day.
Yep. So they go off and do their thing.
Okay.
You do notice that Haskins keeps kind of doing something here, like adjusting something.
Okay.
So you're not, but him. He's like OCD, but every once in a while he'll like move something under his shirt like it's bothering him. So,
What's the doctor gonna do?
he probably kind of walks along with you guys, and then when Sophie and Edgar are gonna split off, he kind of like hesitates, like,
Well, you want to come with us and check out this body that got attacked with your expert doctor opinion?
oh yes, I heard you talking about that.
Yeah, we can wander around town if you want, Doc.
I can take a look at it. I've seen my fair share of wild animal attacks down under.
Well, I bet.
We got some brutal ones over there.
Yeah.
Well, I might be interested.
Is that all right?
I probably wasn't walking around with you guys.
Oh, I can't tell you that.
Okay.
Like, well, we're gonna meet over with Cobb and take a look at it.
Oh, sounds good.
All right. You looking for anything in town, Doc? Or... Well, I mean, what do you interest you? Is my question.
Well, nature, healing, helping people, those in need, especially if they're afflicted with physical or mental things. I like to help people,
All right.
but people who, in my opinion, need it the most, not just anyone. But I also love nature. I love being outdoors. I love exploring new things.
All right. Well, I mean, if you want to walk around the tent city or something like that, I'll walk with you. But we'll just take a look.
Perhaps after we take a look at this, maybe. Sounds interesting. Let me see what my hindrances are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll have an oath to heal others. I'm loyal, so I'll follow you guys. Sounds good. I'm a foreigner, obviously. And I'm curious. So, yeah, let's check out Canvas Town. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
it's Bobbi. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I was planning on doing that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're all heading over.
Well-
let's go look at the body. Let's all look at the body.
Body.
Let's all look at the body and see
have
what
a
cut
snack
it
to
up.
eat.
Raw wieners on his
no,
face.
I didn't mean that. It's the guy behind you.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
He's got his horns on like, nope, I've won the fuel.
Just a cowboy.
Yahoo. Yippee-ki-yays and all.
I mean, going there for a second, but the yippee that's definitely a cowboy.
He spits a spatter of blood. Like,
Sizzling.
It's hot out today.
all right, so you guys head over to the Undertaker's, and you're already there. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Doop, 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 doop. Going
So
to the
when you get there, you'll get there a little earlier than them. Do you want to view the body first, or do you want to wait for them?
Yeah, I'll probably start viewing the body.
Okay.
He brings out a bucket.
There's the body.
I probably asked the Undertaker. They just want the last rites, or are they going to bury him, or?
They do plan on burying him, but they did want to give him last rites just to make sure.
Okay, so this is what this is really about, is just getting the last rites.
Yeah. And they were like, does he have any kin? So they've sent out word, but nobody's heard anything. So they're like, I don't think he has any next of kin, really. At least
There you
not
go.
around here.
Well, there's a few folks that might show up here to at least view him one last time. So he didn't have any kin. Where did they find him at? I knew it was Tent City, but do you know where?
Just toward the edge of Canvas Town. Who you're talking to is Bertram Neal. It's like his mid-30s. He's an Undertaker, but he's not your normal Undertaker. He's actually kind of rotund and kind of jovial.
You say fat people can't be Undertaker?
No. But he's very jovial and makes
He's eating
wisecracks
everybody.
all the time.
So exactly, how did you find him?
Laying in the dirt, just as is, pretty much.
Any tracks nearby?
The dirt killed him.
Well, the security folks looked, and they didn't really see anything that they could tell. There was a lot of disturbed dirt around him, like there was some sort of scuffle. I imagine it's the animal that attacked him. Dragging him about, him probably fighting for his life. Of course, I don't know.
Was he armed?
No, he wasn't. No, he had a gun belt on, but no gun. They found it in his tent. So I don't know if he was out or if it drug him out of his tent. We didn't see any tracks that way. It seemed as though he was out relieving himself, maybe. Like woke up, went to relieve himself, and was attacked,
I often urinate with my gun belt on.
is the theory.
If we were to go down there and talk to someone, is there anyone you can recommend? Like one of the miners? Like,
Not one in particular, but there were a few that slept near him. His tent was toward the southeast corner of Canvas Town. So
what was his name?
Jared.
Well, fuck that.
Jared
Screw
Jakes.
that. We don't care about Jared.
Oh yeah. Would it make you feel better if we called him Steve?
There you go.
All right, Steve.
Steve.
We'll
Yeah,
put
that-
Jared, Steve,
It's
Jakes.
just what happens when I don't get paid. Hey, I want to get paid, not murdered. I'm alive. Sorry, TikTok.
So yeah, he's like, well, some of his neighbors. I don't remember everyone's name in Canvas Town, but if you could find his tent, it's probably the one tent that was taken down, unless somebody took it.
Yeah, that's true. But
But the southeast corner is where he was found, so I'm sure some of the miners in those camps will let you know. And he's like, do you want to see the body? You've probably been talking in the Undertaker office.
yeah, I kind of look around and see if I can see anyone coming.
Not yet.
Okay.
So,
We'll go ahead and take a look real quick. And
okay. He's like, are you squeamish at all?
not that I know of. I've seen plenty of men.
Look at this. Ah!
I've seen plenty of men disemboweled, so.
All right. Well, I do have these, and he holds up a handkerchief, and next to it is a perfume bottle.
No.
He's like, if you need it. take
And a
one."
bucket.
That's probably a trick that because I helped the grave diggers too.
Yeah, so
You
that's
know, so
something you did.
that's probably a trick that we do.
So he opens
Drink
the
the
door
perfume
to
and blow
the
your nose.
back of the funeral parlor, and there is a bunch of ice blocks back there. And
How this helps.
in the middle is, like, on a table, is a body covered in a sheet.
Ew, gross.
Covered in sheets.
Sheeps?
Oh,
Covered in
no.
a
sheet.
Covered in sheet, man. So he
What's it covered
walks
in?
up to it. Huh?
What's
Sheet.
it covered in?
Big sheet.
Sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a
sheet
big pile
cake.
of sheet.
Sheet cakes.
Yeah.
It's covered in sheet cakes.
Yeah, once you give last rites, we're gonna eat that bad boy up. Maybe even put some candles on it.
To help catch
He's
all
from Texas.
It's
It's a Texas sheet cake.
Ah! Just to soak up all the ichor and blood. It's wonderful.
Yep. You don't have to put pudding in the mix.
It's already there.
I have to find myself
How
somewhere.
about now? You want to see the body now? So yeah, you go up and he kind of pulls the sheet back, and yeah, it's like ooh.
Ooga booga.
Let's see.
Everybody got to roll their bullshit.
I think he's the only one
I'm the
there
only
right
one.
now.
You're the only one. So roll your guts target number of 9.
Ooh. Da-da-da-da.
You can add grit, so you'll probably make it. But just so you know how this is gonna go.
I like how he does it like, ta-da!
You kind of ready?
And the candles are still standing.
So 14.
14. Okay.
Just go over and grab a bit of the cake.
I mean, that's with grit. So if I didn't have grit, I would have failed.
Okay.
Just then, you guys get to the Undertaker's office.
Yeah.
I heard there's cake in here.
From the back, you hear, "Holy mother of..." No. So you
That's
guys...
the biggest penis I've ever seen.
Obviously, the man will miss that.
That
is not what I expected to hear. It's the biggest penis I've ever seen.
Hi, TikTok.
And then Cobb zips up his pants.
I was just comparing.
Well, I guess he undertook it, so there you go.
Oh.
The Undertaker. Is that how you identify bodies in the South?
How we do the last rites.
And interesting.
That's right.
Nope, I'm
I've
not.
died again and gone to heaven.
Zip. I guess I'm not his next.
All hail the wankers of God.
Anyway,
That's how we identify a lot of Johns.
John Doe.
he pulls the sheet back, and you're like, whoa. Just then, you hear ding, 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 as you guys come in the Undertaker's office out there. So he's like, "Oh, excuse me," and he kind of covers it back, and he's like, if you don't want to stay here, you can come with me, or you can stay here. I'll be back.
No, if you can bring them all in, I imagine some of those some friends of his.
Oh, all right. He comes out and he sees all you there, and he's like, "Oh, friends of the deceased, I'm told." Copperhead's like, "Oh, well, we knew him a little bit." Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Is the Reverend here already? Preacher?
Reverend Cobb.
Oh, yes, he is here. He's back here with the body.
Okay.
And as he takes you to that door, he's like, "If you're squeamish, you may want to stay here, but if you're not, if you don't have strong stomach, you can take any points at the handkerchiefs with the perfume." He's like, "Otherwise..."
Drink the perfume and blow your nose. Yes.
He knows he comes back without.
Should grab the body and drag it off.
He
and
grabs his...
What is it?
Cobb lays down under the sheet.
Yeah, he's
You
like,
take it away and put like a
"There's
mannequin
perfume
there?
handkerchiefs if you feel ill." He grabs his bowl of Chilean sandwich. "Come on with me."
Oh, God.
No, you guys go back in. You see Cobb with this body, and he covered it back with the sheet.
Why'd you do it, Cobb? No.
Do you uncover it again to look at
dun,
it?
dun, dun.
Yeah. Cobb's like, "Check that out." Once the body is uncovered, or if it's uncovered, you guys make a target number of 9. Guts check.
Guts.
Oh. Okay. Did everybody make it?
Yes.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
20.
everyone's eating cake.
We had to make what?
Target number of 9.
Okay.
Add your grit. Okay. When you guys look at this body, it's mutilated. Basically, he's got this part of his face still intact. The mouth, the muscles in the jaw is completely exposed. This part of the jaw is broken. This eye is missing, and there are huge, like, claw marks through the skull. It's just raw, chewed muscle up here. Same with the side of his head has been like a piece missing. And you notice a lot of the brain is missing too. You also see that his throat has been torn out. You see that his chest has been ripped away across here. And most of his organs are gone. His rib cage here is all shattered. And you see like a huge chunk missing from his left thigh, and it's the inner thigh, like where the femoral artery is. And it's just like, whoa, you did not expect that. In fact, you almost like, whoa.
Whoa.
Did the leg appear to be more ripped or bitten?
It's a chunk taken out of it. It's ragged, so you can't tell if it was clawed or bitten. You're not 100% sure.
Now, what kind of animal does this?
Okay. Well, Dr. Bruce kind of like, kind of looks him over.
Bruce, what do you say?
And he's basically, well, this is no animal I've seen. The closest I've seen to something like this is an alligator, a crocodile.
A koala.
Koala could do it too. They're murdering bears.
Danger, danger, danger.
They're crazy little bastards.
I'm-
Dropping from trees, smell like cough drops.
Yeah.
I'm going to try a cult check.
Okay. Yeah, if anybody wants to roll a cult, you can. But he's using surgery. He's like, this looks, and he points the one in the thigh. He's like, that looks like a bite, but it's huge. It's like no
15 on
animal.
a Colt.
Okay.
15.
Fresh body.
I got a 5.
Got a 5,
I didn't want to roll a cold then.
I got a 6. So.
6. You guys are like, okay. You heard about them talking about the demon?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's about
that's why I
that
didn't
big. So, yeah, this could fit their theory.
What about a demon, gentlemen and lady?
Well, that's what I figured.
Well, if it ain't an animal, certainly couldn't have been
He's
a
like,
demon.
no animal around here that I've ever seen. You don't have anything that big. Except a lion.
Well, the demon.
I haven't seen any lions in the Grand Canyon yet.
Yeah.
Well, how long ago was this?
Day and a half ago.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Kelvin. You were indisposed while we were talking about
Was that how long? A couple days is when
the
I
demon.
since that was there.
Yeah.
I think you were talking about when I was still.
You were
I used
You were
lunch.
here at the table.
passed out in your bed.
Oh, well, that's what I was saying. A demon is, well, not knowing it's a demon
Oh.
attack.
Ooh.
I just said it looks like a demon
Yeah.
attack.
19.
Yeah,
So-
but I was like, oh, sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
We forgot to.
Oh, there's a freaking demon running around.
Yeah.
4,
Oh.
5.
Just on the
Copperhead do that? Yeah.
Man,
just on the Whitaker
19.
walkway.
I get
So you got 5, 10,
Oh, wait a minute.
15, 2 extra cards.
Tell me this. What?
I'll explain it to you over in the
Well.
corner.
You notice the Undertaker is standing back as you guys view the body. As you're explaining all this and kind of talking amongst yourselves, he has this kind of perplexed look like, are you people crazy? Like he's like, surely not a demon. Then he's like looking at the father. He's like, could be. He's like, no, as you kind of maybe put your hand lightly on a wound somewhere. Yeah, you.
Oh,
somebody bumps me, I fall in.
that is Oscar
Dutch
Mayer.
boy's like,
oh,
I could not do it all.
You sense intense fear. And you're getting two sides of a story here. So from this guy, you're like groggy. You got to relieve yourself. You know, you step outside into the night air and you're like, just kind of thinking, man, I wish my existence was a little better. You know, I wish I was getting paid more, that kind of thing. Just your normal everyday worries. And then you hear something like a bat or a bird, but it's really loud. And as you look over your shoulder, you get the most intense fear you have ever felt in your life. And you see what looks like a leering, animalistic, devilish face looking at you from the dark with these eyes that kind of glow like embers of a fire. And as they do, you meet, and you just like, you switch and you feel from the other point of view. And this guy is standing in front of you and you are like, I am so hungry.
Is it the same thing?
And you're like, this is the thing that jumped. And it's basically like, I must
That guy
feed.
got a cat. So do you guys got a cat?
He has a bunch of cats with him. So anyway, he looks at this person and he's like, I'm hungry. I need to feed now. And I don't care who says no.
Yeah.
I'm feeding. And he basically,
I don't care who says no.
I don't care who says no, I'm feeding. And he basically, you feel yourself just in a, like the hungriest you have ever been in your life. Like you haven't eaten in 3 days. And it's like your stomach is eating yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And you
Bo scoops out a piece of brain.
you lunge forward, and then you basically instantly
euphoria.
feel like yeah, that's a good word, euphoric.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you feel so much better. And you look at what's left and you're just like, oh, I couldn't eat another bite. I'll just leave it to instill fear. And you're like, nice night for a walk. And you feel yourself as this powerful, powerful thing. And instantly you feel like, and when you exhale, you're smaller, a little weaker. But you have power inside, but you know you don't intimidate anyone. And you're kind of like, time for a walk. And you feel yourself turning toward Whitaker's, the town. And that's basically what you sense.
Okay. Do you want me to relay that?
You can if you wish, if you want to do it in your way.
It's up to you guys. You want me to do it? Or?
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Yeah. The Undertaker's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, at one point, I'm like almost grabbing the meat with my hands.
Yeah. Yeah. The Undertaker is kind of like, what are you talking about, demon? Maybe it is. No, surely not. And then you start doing your thing and you're like, is he possessed? What? He's listening and he's just like, I'm going to check the registry.
That's probably a
He
good
leaves the
idea.
room. He actually leaves the room. He's like, Bobby, you want to see it? Check it out. It's pretty cool. You guys start talking like that. And he's like, I'm freaked out. So as you get done explaining that scene, you guys hear that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
Told you, demon. Kelvin.
Well, if you give me a minute here, I think now's a good time for last rites. I'll
you
do
go
all
ahead
that.
and do that. Yeah.
I probably wash my hands off and then think about it. I'm like, I don't care what anybody says. I could probably keep saying that. I don't care. In that voice, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't care who says no.
No.
That's what
I
it
don't
was.
care who says no.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
don't care who says no.
I don't care who says no. Who's saying no? Who's saying no?
Might be more than one of them. Maybe he's just a low one on a totem
Oh, he's
pole.
been summoned here and under the control of somebody.
Well,
mean
could
my
be our
cult?
good friend.
Steve.
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 When do you plan on
not
burying
Steve, Bobby.
Mr. Steve? When do you plan on burying Steve?
Immediately.
Oh.
If necessary. He kind of makes it a question more than a statement. He's like, instantly if that's necessary. Otherwise, we're going to hold services around noon. I kind of casts a worried look at the room, like, unless he starts moving.
No, I suppose you go ahead and... This is Saturday, so, but...
Yeah.
That'll be fine. I just want to know.
All right.
You behind the lady of peace, or...
Yes, there's a plot right behind the very north of that lot.
Very well.
You've never had anything like this before happen.
No, he already
Can't
said
say that I have.
Well, otherwise, there's a burial to be done, and perhaps some talking. We can go check out Tent City and check out this actual scene, maybe talk to a few of the
Yeah, I think we
miners.
should do that. I agree.
So anyway, you guys finish up there and head out. As you get on the street, you do hear some, not shouting, but somebody speaking very loudly over across the street. And you see like 3 or 4 people kind of milling about listening. And most of the others are just kind of like, whatever. They even kind of say, oh, be quiet. And you see 3 men in what looks like robes, like priest robes. And they are standing on the corner and they all have like books and they're talking about, the salvation and all this stuff and, welcome him into your hearts and stuff like that. And as you glance over, you don't recognize this. It's a little bit more like a Templar or something, like a smock with like a cross on it in red.
That'd be something that Olaf might recognize.
Probably not, but
It's the Inquisition.
Copperhead looks over and is like, huh, Those fellas are from the maze. I
But
see.
Ramsey did say there was some missionaries from the city of Lost Souls.
Oh, Lost Angels. Yeah, they have a church there, big old church.
How long ago did they show up?
I don't know.
I don't know too much about them, but
You guys look over. You two. Make a cognition check.
Who?
You two.
Me and him?
Yeah, you two both saw the guy at the train station, right?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
come on, baby. Oh yeah, baby.
All of a sudden,
Yeah, it's about to get real. I'm going to be killing it.
With Keen,
Yes. At
14.
14.
Mine would be a 7.
7?
Yeah.
That's good enough. As you look over and look at these three people, one of them in that outfit is the guy from the train station. We'll stop there.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cliffhanger.
Interesting.
Holy crap. Well, folks, what do you think of that? We are the Raconteur Society. We are here every Tuesday evening that we can be. Make sure to check out our link tree, and there you can find all of the good stuff, like...
past videos.
On what?
Twitch and TikTok and YouTube.
TikTok.
Oh my!
Feel like I'm in a school class. Give me a test.
If you're watching on Twitch, hang on. We're going to raid somebody here real quick, or real soon. You can find all of our social medias on all of our social medias, or through our link tree. Link trees are on all the social medias.
All of our social media, yeah, that's
So you
it.
can go on there and find things that the Raconteur Society does, besides the fact of just the Raconteur Society, like Studio 222 and Mike's Pornhub. Let's see. Now for the thank yous. Thank you to Dale for running the game tonight.
Yay!
Thanks to the Dragon's Den for hosting and crafting some of the music we use. Mike for his technical prowess and investment. Bobbi for all the editing that she does in the video clips. Dale and Mike again for the awesome artwork, and Bobbi too to see in each stream. To Brad for showing up and coughing all over us.
Yep.
Thanks to Zombie Jesus and
Thank
Shay
you,
Bay
Zombie.
for editing
Hey,
and
thank you guys.
helping us
Zombie,
block
thank
people
you,
on
guys.
Twitch. And a biggest thank you to everybody who came in and watched us tonight. We really appreciate you viewers. Without you, we can't do this. So make sure you come back next Tuesday.
Well, we can do it, but just wouldn't be as interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, we want to thank Pinnacle for putting out Deadlands.
Yeah.
And if you want to play this game, go to our YouTube channel, go to this or other Deadlands videos, and you can find a link to Pinnacle to purchase this as well as other games that they have published.